Congratulations on finishing your project. This link is a quick video on how to take a photo of your project for submission. So the example that I'm going to be using is this one right here. It isn't anything that we completed in the course. It is just going to be an example. So in the video, we'll talk about light source, getting above your project so that you have the correct angle for editing. And we'll go into a little tips and tricks for editing so that you have a high quality image to upload for a grade. All right, so let's pretend that this is my finished picture, even though this isn't anything you are doing. I just had it around, so I'm going to use this as an example. If you take a look, I'm using my kitchen counter. Like, do you see this area right here? That is where light is filling my counter. So that's probably a good spot if your image isn't shiny. In this case, it's not, but if your image were shiny, you would want to try to avoid a light source like this. And all I'm going to do, if you look here, do you see how the top is thin and the bottom is wider? You're gonna want to try to get up over top of it, keeping that light source out. So if my image were shiny, I would have a reflection. I would want to try to shift. You see how it kind of moved? So the more I shift this way, the light source falls on it. I'm going to try to get up over top, fairly close. I'm going to leave some of this border on it because I'm going to crop that out. Take the picture. And then I'm going to open it up on my camera. I'm going to go to Edit. And this icon at the very bottom that looks like two right angle triangles with two arrows, I'm going to go ahead and click on that because that's my crop. So there are different options that you have in crop. This is tilting it from side to side. The dot in the center is where you took it. So if it's kind of off to a side, you can adjust that. Or if you're noticing that maybe this side needs brought up a little bit or this side, but if you go too much, it's going to skew it. So really, the best bet is in the center. This button in the middle is tops and bottoms again, in case it's not quite right. And you should have grid lines. I am not going to be upset if you have a little bit of a border around your picture, but I'm going to try to get this in as much as I can, not eliminating too much detail from this. All right, let's see where that puts us. Just a scotch in. All right, and that's pretty good. Now the button at the very bottom that almost looks like a gear with dots around it, this is your different level adjustments. So I always, when I open something up, I hit auto to see what it does. And automatically you can see a difference. So that's before, that's after. And basically what that has done is increased your highlights and shadows, intensified some of your colors. And to be completely honest, that looks really good. If this were me, I would probably go with that for a submission. But let's see what else we have. Exposure is going to lighten or darken. I'm gonna just leave it at the center there. Maybe a scotch more. Brilliance, this is going to intensify your colors. You don't want to distort your picture too much. I want to see what you actually did. So just little adjustments. So this is to adjust your highlights. I think these are all good. One that I do want to show you is the black point. That section right at the bottom center of my picture is supposed to be black, and it looks very black. So that's great. But if ever you take a picture and your blacks look gray, you can up your black point. Wow, that intensified it. That's going to lessen it. I like it there. So some other things that I don't really think you need to play with that much is saturation, vibrancy. It's up in the value there. All right, I kind of love it. So I'm going to go ahead and click done. And then I am going to upload this image to our submission section in your slide.